Okay, guys, we're gonna go over some spinning basics here. So, starting off in what we'll call a walking stance, where you have basically 1 foot length between your legs here, 1 foot length. So you're just at a nice, comfortable stance. You're middle weighted, which means you're not leaning back where all the back weight's on your back leg, or front weighted where all the weight's on your front leg. But you're in a straight line. This allows you to pass the weapon from side to side and gives you this nice line that you can draw of safety. This is your center line. You always swing offline. But we're not talking about striking so much today. Today we're talking about spinning and figure eights. So you have a figure eight, a spin in front of you. If you're doing freestyle and stuff, you can spin down or you can spin up. You can do the sideways figure eight or the traditional figure eight. If you got your inside or outside spin, inside spin. Now, you want to practice getting the natural feel of the rotation. For more speed and less power, you hold it up top, obviously. For more power on swings and stuff, you'll hold it from down there. I like to be more in the middle, and then it kind of changes depending on what I'm doing. And if I'm about to do a roll, I'll go from here up the stick. As it moves forward, I'll kind of shimmy my way up or shimmy my way down. Anyway, I'm going to stick with, about one hand length down from the top. So the further down you go, the more wrist action you have to do. It takes very little effort to get a spin from here, from at the end of the stick. Just these little motions. It's mostly in the wrist. As we get down here, you notice the rotation slows, but you got more power behind it now. You're using more of your wrist and your forearm. Now, when you go into the figure eight, that's when you really have to start using your full body, but we'll get there. So we're swinging here on the outside. Now, what you want to do is the stick is going to follow the momentum no matter what you do. And as you turn your body and swing your arms, you're taking this, they call, I'm probably mispronouncing, centripetal force, where the weight is always at the furthest point, and it's constantly kind of, you've seen movies, slingshotting around the moon. Everything follows these circles. So you want to take this circle as it reaches its peak and flip it down to the other side. Peak and flip it around. Peak and flip it around. Peak and flip it around. Of course, you can also work on changing rotation. Just let the stick drop down. Stop powering the rotation. Practice stalling out. This gives you a good feel and control for it. And this also helps you engage your whole body. Arms, chest, waist, legs, ankles, feet. Full body motions. And that comes into now the figure eight. So you can go from spin, boom, boom. What you're doing is you're creating a big figure eight. Now this figure eight, when it's a tight pattern, middle grip, you're still getting power. This is essentially a ward off, or also as a means to get to another move or location. So sometimes you don't just want to go here and leave it over here. Sometimes you just want to say, hey, come on, step in a range of fire. I dare you. Same thing with this. But you always need to be thinking where that momentum is going to go and what you're going to do with it next, okay? Because you can't swing outward if you're swinging directly in front of you like this. The only thing you can do is bring it back to somewhere where it can strike from. So that's where we have the figure eight. Accentuate that motion with the figure eight. Get used to the flow and how it feels. And then tighten it up. So keeping it tight is a ward off, again, or a means of changing location. But it's also a striking pattern. So, well, that's an X pattern. Down. There it is. So, in this figure eight, I'm emphasizing on the uppercuts. But you can also do it in reverse. So, each one of those is a strike. But you'll never be able to do these if you're not engaging your hips. It's an uppercut. So same thing if you're spinning from the side. And then you also don't want to do what I just did. Kind of let it hang out up there. You want to strike and bring it across your body. But again, we're not talking about striking figure eights. So figure eight again is crossing the body. So you don't want to try and do a figure eight out here, over here, because you're bringing it close to smacking you in the face. Whatever hand you have out front, that's the one you're doing the figure eight side on. Right hand, right side figure eight. If you switch, it's the left hand on the left side. Again, I'm not going to do it over here. I'm going to do it on the left side. But you can switch. And then, yeah, so change hands or change sides. Just keep it flowing. All right. So, again, you can spin it any way you want. Usually just follow up with a strike. And just develop that muscle memory. Do the triangle a bunch of times. So you get used to decelling, slowing down the stick. Because, I mean, it's going to hit your body some, but you're hitting it. You're starting here, and the energy gets dispersed further as it goes down the stick. Because the power is in the tip. You do not want to feel the tip. All right? So, while I'm at it, never keep your hands closed when you do that until you can get used to slowing it down and bringing it back up. Down, half circle. Down, half circle, and just bring it towards you. Yeah, but I think I touched on what I sought out to do. Maybe added in a couple other things. So, hope somebody gets a takeaway from this. If not, I had fun doing it. See ya.